Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Today my wife and I are going to do a playthrough of Pandemic, Reign of Cthulhu. So this is another variant on Pandemic, similar to Pandemic Iberia. If you'd like to see how to set up the game, hang out and watch this video. Otherwise, feel free to just check out the second video in this playlist to go right to the playthrough. Hope you guys enjoy and thanks so much for watching. So here we have the 7 characters that you can be. Monica and I have decided that we're going to do the Hunter and the Reporter, just because we like those two and they're the two that we're used to. So let's look at those two in detail. Monica chose the Reporter. So the Reporter has the ability, when taking a bus, discard any clue card to go to any location in any town. As an action, move from a bus station to another bus station. Pretty cool. So she can go between bus stations without discarding a card, or just discarding one card and going anywhere she wants. It's really nice. The Hunter, that's who I'm going to be. Remove all cultists when doing the defeat a cultist action, aka medic. Once per turn, you may defeat a Shaggoth for only one action. And Shaggoths is a new mechanic in this game that you'll see in the playthrough, but that's also really nice. So both are really good abilities. They have the amount of actions per turn that they have, so they each have 4, and each of them will have 4 sanity tokens. And if ever you run out of the 4 sanity tokens, you become insane. And that's one of the ways that you can lose, is if you both become insane. When you both become insane, you have a different ability, and you only have 3 actions around. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what these are. We'll see what they are if they happen. Hopefully they don't. But yeah, so these are the 2 that we're going to use. Next, what we do is we seed the board with cultists and 1 Shaggoth. Okay, what we're going to do is very similar to Pandemic. We're going to draw cards at the beginning and infect the board, or place cultists and Shaggoth on the board. Instead of 3 for each type, we're going to do 2 of each type. So we're going to draw 2 cards to show where we're going to put 3 cultists. So that's going to be the University and Wharf. And then we'll have 2 locations where we'll put 2 cultists, the Great Hall and Secret Lodge. And then we'll have 2 that we'll put 1 cultist, the Park and the Train Station. All right, then the last one is where we're going to put 1 Shaggoth character. Now there's only 3 of them, and if ever you run out of them and you need to place another one and you can't, you lose the game. So this is important. The Farmstead. So that's where we're going to put the Shaggoth, is in the Farmstead. So let's go do that. So here we have what the board will look like once we have seeded the cultists and the Shaggoth. So here's the Shaggoth, pretty big. And then we've got the cultists all around. You can see the 2 cities with 3, 2 cities with 2, and 2 cities with 1. So that's what you're going to have when you first start out your game. Now we're going to set up the player deck. So the first thing you want to do is decide the difficulty. We're going to play Standard. Because we're playing Standard, we remove 1 clue of each color from this deck. So we're going to remove 1 red, 1 purple, 1 green, and 1 yellow. That just speeds up the game a little bit, makes it so you have to complete stuff sooner because there's less cards in the deck. If you want to do an expert, you actually get rid of 2 of each. Then you put an amount of relics equal to the amount of players times 2. That's not exactly true, but what you'll do is you'll put in 4 relics for a 2-player game. So I'll shuffle these up and place 2 of them in here. Then what I'll do is after shuffling this up, I'll deal out 4 cards to each of us, 4 to Monica, 4 to me, and then we'll set up putting the evil stirs in the deck. So let me do that off camera and be right back. Just like regular Pandemic, we'll take our evil stirs, which is similar to our epidemics, and split them up evenly within the player deck. So there's only 4 of them in this game, so I'll place 1 in each spot. And then, just like before, I'll shuffle this pile, then I'll shuffle this pile, put this pile on top, I'll shuffle this pile, put this pile on top of this pile, which has this one on top of it already, blah, blah, blah. And that's what you do to create the player deck. Up on the top of the board, we're going to set up the old ones. The first thing that you do is you're going to find Cthulhu, the bad beast. When he comes out, you lose the game. You set him there. Then what you're going to do with the rest of these cards, you'll shuffle these on up and put out the other 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, the other 6 that you're going to have, you'll have them face down. Each time an evil stirs event happens, or if ever we have an outbreak, so instead of having an outbreak in this game, you just flip over another one of these old ones, you'll have effects happen. And if you can see up here, they tell you how many cards from the Summoner deck you'll draw each round. So kind of like the Infection deck. So I'm going to shuffle these up and place these out on the board. And that's it, folks. Here it is, all set up and ready to play. You have your Relic deck here, which is all the event cards you haven't used. And whenever you take out a Shaggoth, you get to draw from the Relic deck and get more events. It's kind of cool. It's a new way of getting you more events than the ones that you just put and seed into the player deck. But yeah, that's all you got to do. Hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching the playthrough.